I prepare the morning to be hell, or tomorrow to be hell, and ready for hell, the hell that has not happened yet. People are going to be unkind. They are going to be vicious. They are going to be cruel. And if you oppose them ideologically, they will show you how cruel and vicious they are. And that's the way it goes. They cannot help themselves as you cannot help yourself. Nemo says shalom and namaste. Donning Armour says well wishes all around. And then one angry Howard says, we are coming for you. Again, people will come at you. You cannot expect any kind of kindness. You must expect cruelty on all levels. Tomorrow you may go to hell. It may be hell. Today wasn't that bad, so it is a surprise. I prepare myself for hell because when it's not, it gets a bit of a slice of heaven. The world is wicked to the core. Who finds the world finds carcass, Rabbi Jesus. The world is a wicked place. It is narcissistic. It is selfish. And I'm no different, no better. But the day is still young. It is 11 o'clock. And Howard asked for a link, and I will oblige him with a link. Let's see what Uncle Howard has to say. Because Howard always wants a link. He always wants to engage me. Which I don't, on an emotional level, not good. But I don't know if Howard is as self-aware as he claims. Or if he's a self-aware person. Perhaps he is. And then again, perhaps he's not. Howard, what say you?
I listened to your last abortion of a show.
You were on it.
No, not on that one.
Okay.
I was on the one before that.
Mm-hmm.
You get confused because you abort so many of your shows.
Mm.
This was where someone explained to you about white. I don't know what. Something about whiteness.
Yes.
Now, the question was asked yesterday on your not last show, but the second to last show. Question was asked, why do I dislike this person? Well, there's a good reason to dislike him. In fact, I'm going to tell you what it is. He would consider my half Asian son inferior. Inferior to himself. A drunken, decrepit, disgusting shadow of a man. Because my son's not pure. Do you have any problem with my son not being pure?
No.
I bet you our friend taking on whatever his name is, I'll bet you that if he took one of those DNA tests, I bet he's got some black in him.
Perhaps, but Donning has said that he does not believe in the purity test of white people.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Well, what does he believe in?
You know what? He believes in white well-being, from my understanding, and
What does that mean?
that whites deserve a place where, I guess he believes in the 7 words, or the 14 words, I'm sorry. And
The
I'm not
14
sure.
words?
Yeah, there are 14 words of for whites that they deserve, that they deserve to exist.
I think he's confused.
Perhaps.
Have I wished death on him?
I don't know.
He's not exactly an example that I would put up for white people.
I don't know if he wants to be an example.
Certainly, I wouldn't put him up as an example of conservatism.
I don't know that he wants to be an example.
Besides a drunk, what does he want to be?
Well, he doesn't want to be a drunk anymore. Hence, why he went to a place to medically, I believe, dry out. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. That lasted a long time.
Well, supposedly it was a rather quick procedure, and I'm not sure.
A rather quick procedure. If there was such a procedure that was radically quick, I would think that you would have a lot less homeless and drunken people on the streets in California.
There are quite a few people that are habitual relapsers. I'm not. I'm not. Although I, my father had a friend who did alcohol and drug rehabilitation. I'm not familiar on how often people relapse, but there are people that are habitual relapsers.
They are habitual, huh?
That is correct.
How about just call them what they really are? Losers.
Okay, you call them losers. I call them habitual relapsers.
Losers.
Does that make you feel better?
Didn't make me feel better, didn't make me feel worse. I had a 3-hour massage tonight. Not too much is going to make me feel worse tonight.
There you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that.
25 bucks well spent.
Are you still fasting for 17 hours?
Every day.
That's good. I might do that, and then again, I also might not eat at all today. I did have Rice Krispie treats yesterday.
Well, it's nice to have Frozen Man.
What is Frozen Man?
That's you. You just froze.
Well, I don't see myself as freezing, but I may have frozen.
I don't think you're going to be doing 17 hours of fasting. I don't think you can do it. Not every day.
And you can?
Been doing it for an entire month.
Well, you don't have a lot of confidence in me.
No.
Why not?
You have dirty toilets and your refrigerator is obviously not clean, and you don't know if there's a window in your kitchen or not.
You are correct in the window in the kitchen.
Do you know now if there's a window in the kitchen?
I believe there is.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure.
How bizarre is that? You can live in an apartment for 2 years and not know if you have a window in your kitchen.
It never crossed my mind.
Well, how many times do you think you've been in that kitchen?
Several.
Hundreds?
I've never counted.
If you had to take a guess, hundreds of times?
Yes,
And yet you don't know if there's a window in there.
that's correct.
It's the only type of behavior that could explain that kind of an answer is that you must be doing some kind of hardcore drugs.
I'm not doing any kind of hardcore drugs.
Well, but if you were doing hardcore drugs, how would you know that you were doing them? Because they might make you forget that you're doing them.
I would definitely know if I were doing, well, I mean, again, if I were a drug addict, I would know that. And I'd like to think, yeah, I mean, I'd like to think
Perhaps,
I would admit that, but
yes, perhaps that's your affinity to this drunk, that you feel a kinship with him because of your addiction.
uh, I'm not on drugs. But I mean, you can
But
believe
you,
me.
but you do have an addiction.
Yes, that is correct. From my understanding, I have an addiction to food, and I'm diabetic, and that does cause for my brain not to work as properly as it can in my memory.
Hmm. Did it ever work properly?
I don't know.
Exactly. See, you don't know. So therefore, you couldn't say that it causes your brain to work improperly because you might have had an improper brain before you became diabetic.
Yeah, I just know that I get headaches more often. I get fatigued more often, and that does affect my brain function. I do believe that there is a correlation between mood, health, mood, and brain function.
Hmm. I find that strange.
Why?
Well, you look like a roll of Tootsie Pop lifesavers.
Ah, okay. Well, thank you.
That shirt is too big for you.
Perhaps.
The sleeves are almost to your elbows.
I guess you don't like the way he's left. I don't know why he's left, but he has left. And certainly Howard does not come with any compliments. But there will always be a person, on average, you have to expect that anytime you do something, particularly if it's in the public eye, you're going to deal with a person like Howard who's going to put you down and tell you how bad you are and tell you how fake you are and how stupid you are and how foolish you are. That's the way it goes. Like I said, I expect the next day or the next minute, the next hour to be hell. I'm not going to feel well. I'm going to be confronted by the most vicious and the most cruel of people. And that's the way it goes. And sometimes you can convince them, other times there's nothing you can do about it. And on average, it takes a while for people to change their mindset. That doesn't happen overnight. And I'm certainly trying to make changes within my own life, within my diet, within my exercise. And I am 52 years old. I have led a lifestyle that has caused me health problems, and also caused me physical, mental problems as well. Been very angry for a large portion of my life, and I still am. And again, Howard, I'm not gonna, okay, whoever this person is, I'm not going to bring you on because it's an offense, and that could get my show taken off. So if you would come back and we put it up, I will happily, but I'm not going to have you on my stream with that word. I'm not going to do it. Now I'm looking at the chat here. And that mushrooms, that's also offensive, Howard. I don't know why you try to push the envelopes. So mushrooms can appear to be a miracle cure for addiction. That might be true. That's something that in Transparency and Merit we might go along to discuss. And one says to stay strong. Geez, you know what? At least that goes into, I don't like it. It's really stupid. Howard, why do you have that on your thing? Why would you do that?
Why are you such a baby?
I like doing my show, and
No one's going to end your show for lighting a fag.
again, that is now a word that may be forbidden and can get me flagged.
The
And
word fag?
if you continue this, you will not be. Yes, that word is considered one of
Really?
the.
I think you're going to have to make some serious changes over there in England.
I guess so, but that word is also, I believe.
So
that,
are the British not allowed to use the word fag? Are you telling
yeah,
me that word is now forbidden in Britain?
that word has been changed, Howard.
Since when? Show me proof that that's been changed in Britain.
Become a homosexual slur.
Fag? It meant something before the homosexuals
And a cigarette.
took that.
But now it's considered a homosexual slur. And
when did that happen? When did a proper word become an improper word, and how's that even possible?
I don't know. But you're just bringing controversy just to do it, and I don't have preference for that.
You don't have preference? What does that mean?
It means I prefer it not happen.
Well, there's a lot of things you prefer not to happen. Perhaps you have an issue with the neo-Nazis in Ukraine, fully entrenched in their army.
You're talking about the Ukraine.
I just said Ukraine.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I apologize.
You didn't hear me say Ukraine?
No, I did not.
They smoke a lot of fags over there in Ukraine.
Yeah,
Do that.
they smoke cigarettes, and it's yeah. Again, I'm just going to again. I'm going to try to fast and do
What
things,
will this fasting do for you?
lower my blood sugar and help my mood.
Has it lowered my blood sugar?
Yes, but I don't know if it's helped your mood. Political Woodstock, how are you?
I am doing well. What is your topic today, other than he's taking over your show?
My topic is just better health, better living, better mood.
And how are you doing?
He's not doing well.
As again, he's spoken for me, but I'm doing better than yesterday.
And what is different about today?
He had an ejaculation.
Now stop that. Brian, what's different about today?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a bad word?
I just, for whatever reason, I have a better mood, so it is
Oh,
better.
good.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because I went to bed late and I did have sugar. They put Rice Krispie treats in my Instacart, and it was a couple of days ago, and
Uh-huh.
I resisted the urge to have them for a couple of days, and then
I'm sorry. Who put Rice Krispie treats in your instant
the
card?
person who delivered my food.
You didn't order them?
No,
Obviously not.
Well, that's not so
So,
obvious. I think that he has memory lapses and he ordered them, but he's
oh,
forgotten that
really?
he ordered them. Yes.
All right. So you got Rice Krispies in your Instacart. Did you have some today?
I
Oh,
had
you got Rice Krispie treats.
okay. I had them yesterday, and I ate them.
They're made out of marshmallows.
Well, I'm aware of this. I just wondered if he splurged a little bit.
Listen, if he splooged, someone would have to clean it up.
You're taking it to the gutter, Howard, and that's not where I want the show to go.
Your show has already sunk to that level.
Well,
Every time you let the drunk on.
Well, I want to improve, Howard.
was Donning here?
Dawning was here yesterday.
I heard the show. Thanks for the notifications.
You're welcome. What'd you think?
I thought, I thought about numbering the minutes and what was going on. It was disturbing.
What disturbed you, Angela?
Well, Howard, you really could get a show of your own. You know, you're intelligent, you're smart, you're
Why
witty,
is that
you're
relevant
very funny.
to this
What's
discussion
very
right now?
relevant because this is not your show. And then Debbie was right along with you. That was nice
Okay,
to hear,
that's the.
everybody.
But that's
It was
the
nice
problem.
to hear. No, it's not. It's just his
You had a problem
show.
with Debbie being on.
I have a problem with Brian getting gaslit.
Oh,
But that's
listen,
his
if
issue,
somebody lit a
and he
match
needs
next
to
to him, he'd
address
probably
it.
explode. He might likely explode if somebody lit a match next to him.
It's his show. And I'm going to stop talking about it because it's his show. Right, Brian?
Well, why would you stop talking about it?
That's correct. But sometimes people.
He's not moving the show along.
That's your. Oh, why don't you do one and show me how it's done, Howard?
Absolutely.
Again, why do you keep pointing out that fact? We already know.
Because you're very talented, Howard. I mean, that's a known fact. I mean, I would love to see if you would talk about, I don't know, 9/11, what topics you would come up to.
Why don't you discuss the neo-Nazis in Ukraine?
There are some. I mean, that's absolutely true.
Not some. There's many.
Well, I only know of some. So I'll
The
speak on what
symbol
I
on the
know of.
Ukraine flag is a Nazi symbol.
Well, the Nazis used many different symbols
Yes,
that were
they
not
did. But
theirs.
the symbol on the Ukraine flag is a known Nazi symbol.
Well, I've already admitted that there are some Nazis, neo-Nazis in
Lots of them.
Ukraine. So I don't know how many,
Many.
but I know of some because I met some from America. And they had friends in Germany, they had friends in Ukraine, they had friends in Russia.
And what power do I have to change any of this?
Change what?
The whole situation in Ukraine that's happening now.
You might die because of it.
Well, it depends on what you want to recommend to your representative. Call
First
your
of all,
representative.
you have Biden in there, and Biden's going to get the entire world killed. It's amazing that the world is going to end due to one vile and decrepit
Okay.
old man.
Okay, Trump lover. Like Trump wouldn't have done something? Come on.
I'm sorry. I mentioned that Biden is vile, old, and decrepit. What's that got to
describes
do with
Trump.
Donald Trump? What does that have to
That
do with Donald
describes
Trump?
him. That describes Trump to me.
Trump's not old and decrepit.
Yes, he is.
Give me an example of how he is.
Isn't he 74?
So anybody who's old is decrepit?
No, he is old though. 74.
But
Is
you
he
said he was
decrepit?
old
Yes.
and
His
decrepit.
mentally faculties are failing? Yes, they are.
Trump's mental faculties are failing?
Yes.
Trump's the only one that I know of between the two of them who took an acuity test. Biden's afraid to do that.
I think Biden doesn't care. Brian, what
No,
do you
it doesn't
think?
matter whether Biden cares. The American people deserve to know
I asked Brian a
whether or
question. What
not.
do you think, Brian?
I think I have no power over this.
Again, see, he's bowed out. He has no comment.
Well, you can call your representative on whatever you want to happen and recommend that happens. That's something.
Well, I have
Not
limited
power.
I have limited power to make the change, and these things are happening. There is a possibility. I mean, Russia does have nukes, and
Yes, a lot of them.
they can send.
Wait. What do you mean there's a possibility they have nukes?
Well, they have nukes. Okay, there's that. Yeah.
You're not very accurate when you speak.
Perhaps.
You're nitpicky when you speak. Go ahead, Brian.
Some might call you nebulous.
Some might call you a fool.
They might.
I mean, for instance, he could mute you, he could mute me, and carry on with his show.
That's correct.
But he's not carrying on with the show.
You've been talking.
Here, I'll help you. I'll mute myself, then you can mute him.
All right.
He has no show.
Well, now I'll mute you since I'm going again. He says that I have no show. That my show is terrible. And again, this is the kind of thing you'll get. And Nemo says Trump equals Trump. He betrayed our troops by continuing the Bush-Obama wars. He betrayed the farmers. He added trillions to the deficit. He failed to rid Obamacare. He failed to protect the border. So again, I mean, who knows? At the end of the day, I mean, I can, believe these things, and I can,
Yeah,
look
you just got gaslit.
Go ahead, say what you have to say.
He failed to protect the border. Did you think Trump failed to protect the border?
No.
So when Nemo, whoever Nemo is, says that Trump failed to protect the border, I guess insinuating that Biden is protecting the border. I don't know if he's that far gone that he would say that Biden's doing a good job. You're being gaslit.
Okay. I think we've come to come to the end of this show. And
Your show was over when it began.
and like I said before,
Well, you had no show. What was your show about?
Stoic Calm.
But you're not stoically calm.
Okay.
Do you think you have mastered stoicism?
No,
How close are you?
I don't know.
Maybe you should try something else.
Is the dead David, is he hanging around today?
I'm
I
not
really
sure.
liked that part of the show. That was great.
Did
Yeah.
dead David fire?
Angela, did you listen to my St. Patrick's Day show? I did that. I did that quite a bit after the other Stoic Calm show.
No, she did not. She was drunk.
Well, as I said before, people and events are going to come into your life, and they're going to try to pull the rug out from under you. That's
What if you have no roads? I don't have any roads.
It's a metaphor. And they'll try to derail you, and that's what happens. Howard is like life. He is unpredictable.
Would you prefer to have rugs?
You know, I noticed that what I notice about you, Howard, is I am trying to do a show, and you're here to criticize me often. Yet you will not do your own show to show me how it's done.
I've already done shows to show you how it's done.
Why don't you
All you
do?
got to do is
Are you
all you got to
perfect?
do is listen to anything I've done.
Okay, I guess you consider yourself to be perfect.
Close to it.
Well, I'm not. I'm far from perfect. Anyway, this has been Brian with Transparency and Merit. I hope
Will your next show be as stoically uncalm as this one?
I hope everyone meets the day with strength and resilience.
They won't. They're all sitting in the parking lot of Krispy Kreme, eating a dozen donuts,
That's not good for you. Anyway,
including the 13th donut, which was free for just walking in the store.
like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, visit my Rumble page. Thank you for listening.